Good afternoon, Master Mamas. So we are a little bit sick around here, so you'll have to excuse my nasally-ish stuff going on right now. If any of you are sick, I hope that you get better soon. It is just awful, and our 5-month-old is really, really sick as well. So, and it's just not fun when your baby is sick and you're worried about her. So prayers are appreciated. But today I want to talk about self-care. So self-care is a buzzword, and we hear it all the time. I don't know about you, but I feel like I hear self-care, self-care, self-care all the time. But you guys, it's biblical, and so I wanted to hop on today and share why it's biblical, some objections that I hear a lot towards self-care, and then how I practically implement self-care. So, first of all, I want to preface this with a Bible verse, which is always helpful, right? We should always start with the Bible and what God has to say. The Proverbs 31 woman practiced self-care, okay? So, there's a verse in Proverbs 31:22. It says, she makes clothing for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple, implying that she took time to make sure that she looked good. Hey, Nicole, we were just chatting about this, self-care. We're going to be talking about self-care, girl. So she took time to take care of herself, okay? So it is really, really important, you guys. God cares about how you think about yourself. God cares about how you see yourself, because not only does it matter how you see yourself, but because that translates to other people. If we're not taking care of ourselves as moms, then we're not going to be doing a good job as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, as a sister, whatever role you play, okay? Self-care is important, and it is biblical, all right? So, all right, Kelly, there we go. That was the first time. That was really weird. I just got a notification that Kelly wanted to join. That's really cool. I think Facebook updated. Okay, so also, if you're here live, please say hey, and I love engagement. I love live video, so feel free to ask any questions or drop any comments that you have if this resonates with you. I love the little hearts and all of the engagement. So, okay, self-care is super important, and it is biblical, ladies. So a lot of times as a business coach, as a mentor mom at the MOPS group that I lead, just every place, the networks that I'm in, hey Ashley, hey Kelly, the networks that I'm in, I hear these objections a lot. So I'm going to talk about 3 of them. One of them is time. Everybody says, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time to take care of myself. But you know what, ladies? We will not have the time unless we make the time. And we need to make sure that we are making time for ourselves. Now, the second objection that I hear, and this is something that I have to remind myself of, this is an objection that I have naturally that comes up in my mind, is that it's selfish. It is selfish to make time for myself. It is selfish to take care of myself when there are all of these things that could be done around the house, when there are all of these people and kids and stuff that needs to be taken care of. That is selfish. But I have come to the conclusion, based on research that I have done in the Word, you guys, like in the Bible from the Lord Himself, it is selfish not to take care of myself. It is absolutely not selfish to take time to care for yourself and care for yourself well, so that we can care for others well. And then the third objection that I hear a lot is, and they don't necessarily come out and say this, but this is how it's translated, and this is their thought process, that it's vain to care for yourself, whether that's a lot of times self-care is physical. So we work out, or we do our hair, or we do our makeup, and we feel that those things are vain. And those things are not vain, you guys. As long as we don't lead with outer beauty, that our inner part of us is leading, it is not vain. Okay, so we need to make sure that our priorities are in order, but it is not vain to do your hair, or to do your makeup, or to work out. Okay, so how can we combat these objections? So, like I already mentioned, one with time. You're not going to have the time to take care of yourself unless you make the time. So you have to make the time. There are ways to make the time, whether it's making a schedule and finding those pockets. We have to make the time. We have to make that a commitment. Self-care has to be a commitment, okay? One rule of thumb that I have when I'm having these thoughts in my head that self-care is selfish, one rule of thumb that I have is that I cannot spend more time on myself than I do with God. So if I'm spending 5 minutes praying and reading the Bible, and I'm spending an hour a day working out or doing my hair or makeup, that doesn't balance out. And so my rule of thumb is that I have to spend more time with God than I do on myself. And sometimes self-care is spending time with God. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Today, I don't care about my hair or my makeup. I am praying. I am taking extra time to pray. I'm taking extra time to read my Bible or maybe listen to a sermon, whatever it is, okay? We need to make sure we're spending more time with God than on ourselves. Okay, that is how we truly live the most fulfilling lives. And also one thing that I want to touch on about when women share with me, oh, I feel vain, or I feel like I'm being selfish, taking care of myself. Ladies, when I say that you taking care of yourself is truly equipping yourself to take better care of others, it is the truth, okay? So we don't need to get into details here, but you ladies know that when you are taking care of yourselves and when you are dressing and acting in a way that you were when you first started dating your husband, you know that's going to lead to good things, okay? So I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm sure that everybody knows what I'm alluding to, but ladies, and that is good. That is a good thing, okay? So when we're caring for ourselves, we're not only caring for just us, but we're caring for our husbands, and then which also translates to caring well for our children, and then caring well for our churches, and then our communities, okay? All moms need to hear this. Yes, Nicole, feel free to share it. Yes, it translates to everything, okay? So how do I spend time on myself? Like, what do I do? So I'm going to share with you my routine and what I do. And you guys, I will tell you, it takes 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week, that's it. And as far as price goes, $18 a month or less. Sometimes less. Like I think I'm overshooting the price that I spent. Okay? $18 a month. And when we put that in perspective, that's like one meal out, like treating yourself, or like, you know, going through the fast food drive-through once with your family. That's like, okay, we're going to eat at home so that mommy can take care of herself. And it's okay. It's okay to make those sacrifices. Again, it's going to benefit everybody. It's not all about you. You are taking care of yourself to benefit everybody. Okay? So $18, you guys can come up with that money. But this is what I do. Okay? So, the first thing that I do, and these are funny, like these are kind of quirky because this is me and this is what I do. This may not be what you do. I take Addie our oldest, to swim lessons once a week. And that's a lot for me. I have to get into the pool and it's cold when we walk outside and I have to use those showers and rinse off and all of this stuff that comes with going to the YMCA. And so I treat myself. I get a coffee or some kind of yummy drink at the drive-thru once a week. And that is a treat for me. I feel like, you know what? I've earned this. Like, I've done the hard work of taking my daughter to swim lessons. And now I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have some coffee or, you know, whatever. And I go through the drive-thru. It doesn't take long and it's like $1 or $2. It is not a lot of money. Okay. So I treat myself to a drink once a week. The second thing that I do is I do my nails. I have decided, hey, Gina, thanks for saying hey. I have committed, and this is recent, this is less than 2 months ago, I have committed to doing my nails weekly. And to me, that sounded really vain and it sounded silly and it sounded like a lot of work at first, but you know what I've come to realize is that I can do my nails while I'm talking to people. So I do my nails, actually we have dinner at my mom's every Sunday at my parents' house. We have dinner there every Sunday. And so after dinner, my mom has an amazing collection of nail polish and I go and grab one. And while we're talking or while she's doing the dishes, I'm doing my nails. And you know what? By the time that I leave my parents' house on Sunday, I'm feeling pretty good. Like my nails are done. They're ready for the week. I didn't even have to stop what I was doing or fend off children because my sister is taking care of my kids and playing with them or my husband is there, whatever. And my nails are done. And that's less than, what, 5 cents every time you use some nail polish? Like, Nail polish is $3, guys. Go get some nail polish. And then the last thing that I do, and this is also new, this is just over a month old, is that I decided to invest in luxury hair care. So I have found that this has saved me time. It saved me energy. It's actually saved me money on my water bill, because when you invest in luxury products, they last longer. And so I can go 3 or 4 days, don't tell my mom, but I can go 3 or 4 days without taking a shower. And it saves me time, and it saves me money, and it makes my hair look really good, and it makes me feel good, and it's not super expensive. It's a luxury hair care product, so it's a little bit more expensive than going to the dollar store and picking up the VO8 or whatever it's called. But it is so worth it, you guys, to just know that my hair is healthy, and if nothing else, my hair looks good, okay? I'm not wearing makeup right now, but my hair's done, and so I look put together, okay? So if your hair's not done, you're gonna look like crap. But if you have makeup on, if you don't have makeup on and your hair is looking good, you're gonna look good, okay? So those are the 3 ways, and my hair care is like, okay, so the total, I did the math on this. Let me do this. Okay, so $18 total for all 3 of those things. Get yourself a drink weekly, and that's weekly. I don't know if I mentioned that. Get yourself a drink weekly, do your nails weekly, and then invest in something that makes you feel good, whether it's this luxury hair care company or whether it's working out or whatever that is, whatever it looks like for you. You need to make it work for you. That's $18 a month, you guys, and it takes 1 hour a week, and that equips me to be a better mom, to be a better wife, to be a better friend, to be a better sister, honestly, to be a better Christian. Like, I get to spend more time with the Lord, and I can reflect him more to other people. Okay, so I would love to hear how you are going to implement self-care today. What is one thing that you can do today and then start doing? Take it in baby steps. Don't get overwhelmed. You can start doing this week and then this month, and then it translates into a year, and you look back on your year and you realize you took good care of yourself. So I want to hear one thing that you're going to do today that you can implement. Not crazy stuff, not like you have to go out and purchase a gym membership and start working out, or invest in a ton of makeup and start doing your makeup every day. It could be swapping out your shampoo and using a shampoo that is good for you, and it makes you feel pretty, and it makes your hair look good, and it's good for your whole family. I want to hear one thing. Okay, ladies? So I'm praying for you. I love you. Oh, yay. Okay, so Nicole said working out and doing my hair. I love it, Nicole. Love it, love it, love it. And I know Nicole uses the same shampoo that I do, and she is loving it. So I'm so proud of you, Nicole. Actually, a lot of you on here use the same shampoo as I do. Gina said, love the nails weekly. Can do that with my daughter. Yes, Gina, whether it's when you're waiting in the car line at school or whatever it is, you can totally do it. You don't have to go crazy. Just figure out little pockets of time and take care of yourself. All right. Okay. I love you, ladies, and I'm praying for you, and I will talk with you soon.